Yeah, the idea of a vision journal is really, what do you want to bring in? And it's not about saying, I want to be a millionaire, I want to live in a massive house. It's more like grounded than that. Things like, okay, well, I want to create more time for myself. Okay, well, how do I want to do that? Why do I want to do that? I want to, for example, go to a specific traveling place, not just broad, like, I want to go traveling, I want to see the world, I want to live in a mansion, I want to, all of that. It's like, well, actually, where would I really like to go? Where would I like to go with my business? You could do it business focused. You can do it more open. So some people have done one page for something, and the next page so one page for like personal life, or 2 pages for personal life, the next for work, career, and put the intention of, okay, my next one's going to be work, career, and growth and whatever, or yeah, work, career. And then you might see, okay, well, there's transition here, and this comes out as you get into the session. So essentially, this is what you might come up with. So this is sort of half finished, really. I did this, what, August last year, and it was really interesting because nothing has to things can have different meanings. So a lot of this is metaphorical. So we've got a bird here. Don't know what it is. I'm not a bird watcher, but this to me signified freedom, because on one of my oracle cards, I've got a bird that's in flight just like this, and it is freedom. So I thought, okay, freedom. Where do I want to find more freedom in my life? And then I was on the way up to a weekend, like a healing weekend, and this bird was on the side of the road, and it looked exactly the same as that, exactly the same as white. And I was like, oh, okay, yes, we're moving towards more freedom. Interesting. So, I've got the word open, positive transformation. That's my butterfly. Butterflies are really symbolic for me. And you can see, just as I started to get into it, I have left myself space to write notes. So if I've written balance, okay, well, what does that mean for me? So balance, I've done support for my body, personal growth. So my body was a big part of when I was doing this. And I've got about restoring good energy flow, and it's all about like my health and stuff. So it's really interesting once you start to create it, and you can come back to it every so often. You can collect some, leaflets that come through the door, and you'll be amazed at what you can get out of it. So for example, I've got my sound stuff, branched out with sound, then I had all these ideas come through, which I wrote down. I've got this picture, which really spoke to me about freedom and just like allowing yourself to be that authentic, free self. So you can see that there's been a theme that's come up with this for me. It's been freedom in career, freedom in self. We've got nature, and I was really drawn to trees. This was a time where I really needed grounding and trust. The deer, which is to me spirit. So just because a picture is, you know, an orange, doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, okay, why would I want to stick that in? An orange can mean abundance. An orange can be the sacral chakra, like there's the creativity. Exactly. A lady found, she was really into tarot, and it was in this one of these digital photography books. There was an image of like a really artistic nude lady, and it looked exactly. And she was like, "Well, that's the world card. That's tarot. That's completion. That's expansive opportunity." So she stuck that in because everything means something different to everyone. So for the first 10, 15 minutes, you might say, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" But I encourage you to just pick a magazine, a leaflet. There's loads of leaflets, there's a magazine, and just be open-minded to what you have, what you see. Has everyone got a rough idea? You might be like, oh, well, no idea. And the best way really is to just get stuck into it. So, and it's a great time because the end of this week, sort of start of next week, we're going into the fire horse, which is all about that passion, momentum towards what you want to bring in. So yeah, whether you want to focus or whether you just want to see where it goes. There's obviously backgrounds, if you want to have backgrounds, and just see what calls to you, see what comes out for you. It's totally up to you. Just have a little look and see what words come out. Then cut them out. You can leave a little pile, and then you can go to sticking them however you want later on. Yeah, I love a vision journal because you can keep coming back to it and you can add to it, and it is as much your journal as it is And as your energy changes and as your year changes, you can keep coming back to it and saying, oh, that's interesting. Or even writing yourself little memos about what panned out during that time.